Since your last visit, there were some developments in the 1MDB case. What do you see as a positive or negative development so far?
Well, we've seen charges being raised now. I think this is going to be quite a slow process. Things are going to be done properly. Clearly the investigations are going to be thorough and there's a determination to do things correctly. We've also seen obviously quite a lot of pushback. That's to be expected. Interesting by-election that shows, gives a temperature of how the popular response to all these developments are. So, things seem to be going very steadily.
Well, the Pakatan Harapan government in office has close to about 100 days. Do you still believe that Pakatan Harapan government can fix the rot in Malaysia?
It's not a very long time, is it? It's a huge job. And no one should underestimate it. But the job of the media will be to keep a very, beady eye on these things and, to hold the new government to account. It's not going to be easy. I think, we want to cut them some slack. I think they found out a lot of things that were being covered up that is going to make their lives harder. But that doesn't mean that that's a total excuse, obviously. So I'm sure the media will be fair, but it'll also it'll give credit where it's due, but it'll be there to ask tough questions if things aren't going as people feel they should.
So would you be asking the tough questions if the Pakatan government, is deviating from their original purposes?
I think that the Malaysian media will be doing most of that. You're fully equipped to do so. You're really developing your style. I'm watching, you're going to be a fairly unrelenting bunch. I think I will be looking at things probably that maybe mainstream media are not covering.
Well, you've been pressing for legal action to be taken against Taib Mahmud. But so far, Pakatan Harapan or Mahathir, Tun M, has not been a lot of interest in taking action against him. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I'm not sure if that's, that statement that the present government are not interested in taking action is totally fair summary. I think it's become clear that it's not a priority right now. The priority, it has been made clear, is 1MDB. But that doesn't mean that there isn't a very strong case to be made for looking at the situation in Sarawak. And, the people of Sarawak and Sabah and similar areas, Kelantan maybe in the peninsula, they've had a raw deal, particularly on resource extraction, for so long. This is not the time to forget them now. We don't want them to have a raw deal again and to be forgotten in all this change. So I think that's one of the things that I'll be campaigning, and I won't be the only one, that, we really do have to take time now, to look to those people who deserve to be supported most.
Okay, well, last but not least is tell us a little about your new book that's coming out.
Well, yes, the cat's out of the bag. I've been working hard since just before the election and since after the election, and maybe there hasn't been quite as much on Sarawak Report. That's my excuse to get out the book, because I think this is when everyone's interested to hear the story behind the story of 1MDB and, how it all came about, the adventure, really, of digging up the story and exposing it. It was an enormous adventure.